So I finally decided to just catch up on Attack on Titan and read the manga. And I have so much going on in my head right now. I have so many thoughts on this that I just feel like I had to get it out somewhere. So this is why I'm here. So hi guys, whoever is still even watching this channel. Where do I even begin? Let me just start off with how I even got to this point. So me, I've been keeping up with Attack on Titan since it first came out, 2013. That's when I first, watched it. I binged it on Crunchyroll. So I've been keeping up with this series since 2013, but I've only been watching anime. And I actually stopped watching the anime for like a good 4 years. Cause somebody gave me a huge spoiler, and I just lost interest. And I was like, fuck it. But for some reasons, miraculously, I didn't get a single spoiler after that. Like, I haven't gotten a single Attack on Titan spoiler outside of that one time this person had to be an asshole and give me a spoiler. And I decided to catch up on it back in 2021. So I rewatched season 2, then I watched season 3 and caught up to season 4 because they said it was a final season. And season 3 is what put Attack on Titan on the pedestal for me. It's season 3, part 2, season 3 is what made Attack on Titan the greatest anime of all time for me. And I even considered it the greatest piece of fiction I've ever experienced in my life. Now let's get to the manga. Okay. Those who know me know I'm more of a manga person than an anime person. I read more manga than I actually watch anime. I actually have a decent manga collection of like over 400 volumes. So I'm a pretty big manga nerd, right? But with Attack on Titan, the anime is one of the few instances where I feel like the anime is actually a better experience than the manga. But I just got tired of, like, I'll be watching a YouTube video about, it doesn't even have to be about Attack on Titan. It can be about just like anime shit in general, or it could be something just about media or stories or writing or fiction or characters. And they'll bring up something about Attack on Titan, and then I have to stop watching the video because they're like, oh, spoilers for the end of the manga. I was like, fuck it. Like, and I just got tired of having to stop consuming my content because I don't want to get spoiled. And it's been like 2 years now we've been waiting for the end of this anime. I heard about how bad the ending of the manga is, and my curiosity for that, combined with me being tired of having to, like, tiptoe around content that I'm watching, is what made me finally decide to go and finish the manga. So I read volume 33, even though volume 33 is pretty much a special. I read volume 33, and then I read volume 34. I have the entire box set of Attack on Titan because I plan on reading the manga after I finish the anime. And I love Attack on Titan so much, I had to get the box set. It's literally my favorite piece of fiction until now. So let's just get into it. So I heard about how bad the ending was. Like, people told me that the ending was terrible. And to me, I felt like it had to be an overreaction, right? It couldn't be that bad. Like, Isayama couldn't write this perfect of a story and then just fumble at the very end that bad. Like, I can understand if the ending's just not as satisfying as you would want it to be. I can get that, because, endings are hard to do, and it's not going to satisfy everybody. But people were saying it was, like, the worst ending they've ever seen. I'm like, that has to be an over-exaggeration. Like, Isayama apologized. I'm like, apologize to these niggas for your own story? What? It could not have been that bad. Like, my speculation it's like the story could only end like a few ways in my eyes, and I had like 4 different like endings, and only one of them would have been terrible that I could see people being angry about. So these are the 4 endings that I thought. Either everybody dies, like literally everybody dies, including Eren, which would be a depressing ending, but I think that would be super cool. I wouldn't even be mad about that ending. I would love that ending because that's such a non-shonen ending, a non-stereotypical ending. Yes, it's depressing, and I guess some people won't like that. I would have loved that ending. If just like he destroys the world and still like he ends up dying at the end. Like literally everybody dies. Like, I think that would be cool, but that wouldn't be my favorite ending. But I would be cool with that ending. Second one, Eren wins. Like, Eren destroys the rest of the world and has to kill Armin and Mikasa in the process because they're fighting him to stop him from, completing the rumbling. And Eren has to kill them and kills the rest of the world. And he wins, but it's a bittersweet win for him because all of his friends are gone. But he saved his people, but all of his friends are gone. So he's like in a deep, deep depression after saving his people. And that would be a depressing ass ending as well. But I feel like that would have been the best ending, especially with how the story has been written so far, how the plot has been going. I feel like that should have been the ending. That should have been the ending. Eren does ultimately win, but in the process of winning, he kills his best friends, which is a big reason for why he's doing this in the first place. But because of his ideals of freedom, he wasn't gonna restrict the freedom of his best friends. But he's not gonna let his friends prevent him from advancing forward for the freedom for the rest of his people. Like, it's kind of poetic. I thought that would be like that would have been the best ending in my opinion. That's the ending that I hoped happened, right? The third ending is they stop Eren and they stop him from doing the rumbling, and Mikasa kills him. Like, that's what I want. I was like, if they're gonna stop Eren, Mikasa has to be the one to kill Eren. Mikasa has to be, like, the entire time thinking about the ending, because I feel like this is probably the ending that's gonna happen, that they stop him, because I don't see, it's a shonen, so I don't see them allowing Eren to win or allowing everybody else to die. So they're gonna stop Eren, and Mikasa has to be the one to kill Eren. And gratefully enough, Mikasa is the one to kill Eren. So when I finished chapter 138 and I saw that Mikasa was the one to kill Eren, I was like, okay, that's not. This is what I predicted. Like, it's not that bad at all. Like, it was pretty good. It was a pretty fun read. Like, it can't be that bad. Then I got to chapter 139, and oh my god, I did. Whew. And then the fourth ending that I could see, which would be the bad ending, is if they talk no Jutsu Eren. That's the only thing that I could have predicted that would have been terrible. Like, talk no Jutsu Eren Yeager? That I will destroy the rest of the world, Eren Yeager? That I will move forward from our freedom, Eren Yeager? Gonna get talk no Jutsu? That can't happen. Like, it just wasn't possible. But that's the only ending that I could picture that will cause people to be so upset if they talk no Jutsu Eren. It's the only one, because that would kind of like destroy Eren's character. It's like, and it just doesn't make sense with the story. It doesn't make sense with how we've depicted Eren to be. So I just did not think that would be the ending. I was like, that's the only one that I could thought of that would be terrible. But I just didn't see it happening. It just didn't make sense. And like, funny enough, Isayama hit me with a swerve. I couldn't think of this ending that he predicted, because it's a combination of the third and the fourth one. Yes, they win and Mikasa kills Eren, but then they also destroy Eren's character. Chapter 139. Like, when I finished it, I think I was a little bit in denial, because I accepted that I did not like it. After I finished chapter 139, I was like, I don't think I like that, like, at all. I don't think I like that. But is it as bad as people said it was? I don't think it's as bad as people were saying. Like, this is the thought process that I had. I was processing what I just read. And I guess I should have known, because I went back. Because, like, it just, some of it just wasn't making sense. It wasn't making sense to me. So I went back, like, did I miss something? Mikasa's choice. What was Mikasa's choice? Like, killing Eren? Like, how does that stop the Titan curse? Am I missing something? Why did Ymir do this? You don't know. Like, huh? What is that? 80%? That doesn't make sense. Like, after I finished it, I was like, I know I don't like it, and my biggest issue was they made Eren's goal a half measure. Killing 80% of the world, that doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Go all the way. At that point, just go all the way, because it doesn't resolve anything. Leaving 20% of the human race for what, 1 million people on Paradis Island? And you don't give them no Titans to defend themselves? Cause, well, you think these niggas just gonna forgive y'all? Nigga, you're Eren, yet you killed 80% of the world. You think this is gonna forgive aliens? Especially the niggas on Paradise Island? Are you dumb? That part is the part that irked me the most, right? But then, like, as I sat with it more, it just started to bother me more and more and more. And it went from me just not liking it, but still not thinking it's that bad, to me, you know, still not liking it, of course, but then thinking like, this is really bad. This is pretty terrible. And like, it's crazy how one chapter can literally just undo 10 years of some of the greatest writing I have ever experienced in my life. Like I'm really hoping the anime fixes the ending. Like, just don't ruin Eren's character. Don't make it so his original plan was always to do 80%. Don't do that at all. Don't make that his plan. Keep him in his resolve to kill the rest of the world, but he just loses and Mikasa kills him. That's it. Don't do any of this bullshit with Ymir and her still being in love with fucking King Fritz. Like, what is that? And then this whole shit with Mikasa never getting over Eren. Like, don't do that. Like, why'd you make this into some fucking melodramatic romance? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, that doesn't make sense. This story is not a fucking romance, nigga. What? Don't do that. Has Mikasa kill Eren, but don't ruin Eren's character in the process. That's all I ask. Because if the anime does that, then it's still a 10 out of 10 anime for me. If the anime does that, it's still a 10 out of 10 anime, and it's still the greatest piece of fiction I've ever written. I'm just gonna caveat that with the anime specifically. Because the manga was like a 9 out of 10 for me. Because, like, you know, the anime is obviously better than the manga because the art is better, there's the music, there's everything. And then, you know, Isayama even admitted that there were some parts of the manga that he didn't like how the pacing was, so he corrected the pacing in anime and whatnot. So for me, like, I would already suspected that the manga would be like a 9 out of 10. But I haven't read it yet because I was gonna plan on reading it. But I know that the anime is almost pretty much on point with the manga with just a few tweaks. So I figured in my head the manga is probably a 9 out of 10 and the anime is a 10 out of 10. But with this ending, like, I watched a YouTube video the other day. Like, I'm watching 2-year-old videos because, like, this chapter came out like over 2 years ago, and they were like, this series went from a 10 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10 for me. And I'd probably have to agree for the manga specifically that with that ending, the manga is probably like a 7 out of 10 now. Maybe an 8 out of 10 if, you know, you really decide to not let the ending bother you that much. But man, this was supposed to be it. This was supposed to be the magnum opus of manga, of shonen. This was supposed to be it. Like, people who know me, my friends, they know that I'm evangelical for Attack on Titan. Like, I'm Jehovah's Witness for Eren. Like, have you heard of our Lord and Savior Eren Yeager? Like, I am that nigga. And they just massacred my boy. Like, look how they massacred my boy. They destroyed that nigga, man. Like, they asked him, why did he do this? He was like, I just wanted to destroy the world. I don't know. Bitch, you don't know? You do know. You've been saying it the entire series. But now in the last chapter, you just don't know? What? And another thing that I really don't like is the whole him killing his mom thing. Him sending Dinah Fritz Titan. I mean, like, yes, his mom would have died anyway because she was under that rock. She wasn't going to get saved. So his mom would have died anyway, but I still don't like that. I just feel like it's not in Eren's character to go and kill his own mom. You know how, his mom's death is like the catalyst of this whole thing for him. And I guess you can rationalize it by, time manipulation. He needed to cause his own catalyst to do this. But, like, that just opens up a bunch of other questions. Because, like, if he could control Dinah Fritz from the future and he could control the past, there's so many other resolutions he could have did then. Why did he do that? It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. Then, like, I literally could not imagine an ending like this. Like, some type of melodramatic, nonsensical, like, tragic romance is the resolution for Attack on Titan? Huh? And then, like, there's gonna be a sequel series. There better not be no fucking sequel. Attack on Titan is not a series that needed it. There's no reason for a sequel. This type of series, it doesn't even make sense for it to have a sequel. I really don't feel that this was Isayama's vision. I don't, like, some people may say that's Cope. It doesn't make sense for this to be Isayama's original vision. I feel like this is influence and pressure from the editors, from the higher ups at Kodansha, and maybe even some pressure from fans who wanted like a happy ending or something. I don't feel like this is his original ending. I really believe his original intended ending was for Eren to win, and for it to be a bittersweet, like, tragic, depressing ending. That's what I feel like his original vision was. But then maybe he changed that to, okay, Eren probably does have to lose. We can't let the nigga that did genocide win. He has to lose. But then, like, I feel like he kept getting, it had to get fucked up somewhere. I don't feel that this is Isayama's original vision. And I hope that one day, if that is the case, that this isn't his original vision, I hope that one day he comes forward, lets the people know that this wasn't my original vision, and then releases what his original vision would be, even if it's unofficial. Because if he releases his original vision, even unofficial, we would take that as the official ending. I would take that as the official ending. Fuck what was in chapter 139. Fuck that shit. I will take that as the official ending. I didn't really have a format for this video. I had to get these thoughts out. I had to get this out. Oh man, like, Eren was like legit my favorite character of all time. And like, if I take chapter 131 into consideration, I can't even respect the nigga. Like, if I take chapter 131 as gospel, I can't respect this nigga. He a bitch. And he was like, I don't know why I did it. I was just, it was the paths. It was Ymir. It was her plan. Like, nigga, what are you talking about? You're the founder. What is you talking about, dog? I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this video. I'm gonna have to cut down a lot of stuff. I hope this shit isn't too long. I'm just hoping that this final special that airs in the next couple months fixes this ending. Like, you don't even have to do anything dramatic like making Eren win. Just don't ruin Eren's character. That's all I ask. Yes, have Eren lose, have Mikasa and them win, have Mikasa kill him. That all makes sense. That still fits the story, in my opinion. Just don't ruin Eren's character in the process. And don't add this nonsense about Ymir still being in love with King Fritz and looking for a chosen one in Mikasa to show her that you can still kill the person that you love that abused you. Like, it's so dumb. Like, and the messaging there is so, like, it's hella problematic. Like, that's a whole nother thing. Just don't ruin Eren's character, bro. Let him still be one of the greatest written characters in fiction. Let this still be the greatest villain origin story of all time. I'm hoping, I'm begging that the anime fixes that, dog. I'm hoping, like, legit. But I think that's all I got to say. I'm actually gonna drop this video. I'm about to go edit it right now. Whoever watches this, I appreciate y'all watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. Can't promise that I'm gonna drop another video anytime soon. But, hey, that's it, dog. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Man, that's crazy. I did not expect that to be that bad, dog.